Massive win for Tottenham Hotspur, 2-1 on the night. But that doesn't tell the story. Spurs, the football was scintillating for large parts of the game. They pick up the 3 points. They go second in the Premier League table and remain the only, along with Arsenal, unbeaten team remaining in the Premier League this season. But the question is, were Liverpool robbed? Liverpool fans are fuming. The red card for Curtis Jones. His foot roared over the ball. They are stating Diaz given offside, but no lines shown. The Jota first yellow, he didn't even touch the player. It was the player's trailing leg. Were Liverpool hard done by today by the referees and VAR? We want your opinions. We want to know what you think, what you feel, Tottenham fans. The jubilation. 5 wins and 2 draws from the opening 17 games, probably more than any of you expected. You're a serious player now this season. Are you in that title race? Do you think you will stay the course? Are your feet remaining firmly on the ground? Where do you stand on this? Where do we even start with this game? Genuinely, if I just remove all the controversy for a moment, it for me has been the best game of the season so far, without a shadow of a doubt. It was absolutely impeccable to watch and to listen to. The crowd, the noise, the euphoria was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. There's part of me, the arrogant part of me, that wanted my prediction to come true, which was a 2-1 Spurs win, and it came to fruition. It was amazing seeing that last-minute goal. It's brilliant to see Liverpool Football Club lose a game. I'm a Man United fan. It's great. There is another part of me, though, today that thinks, did VAR rob Liverpool? Have they been cheated? Have they been robbed? And what about fair play? There's so much about this game. First and foremost, Spurs moving the ball very well. Up until that red card, though, Liverpool were in the ascendancy. Liverpool the better team. They didn't have the ball, but they were having the chances. They were peppering the goal. And Liverpool looked dangerous, genuinely dangerous. And then the red card happens. My first thought, and I tweeted about it, was straight red card. Straight red card. It's dangerous. Look how high it is. On the shin. Look at the ankle. Could break his leg. And then I started to think back to last season. A very similar red card given to Casemiro. And I thought it was a red card, but I understand there was no intent. And that tackle was almost identical. Not in terms of Casemiro was off the ground, but he wins the ball first, and then his foot rolls over the ball and then catches the shin. Some will say unfortunate, but I do believe this was a red card. My personal feeling is red card in this circumstance, especially as no one who's a Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, Chelsea fan, Spurs fan, no one came out and defended Casemiro. Everybody backed the referees last year. So, and I also said I understand why it was a red, so I'm going to remain consistent here. But then there were some very dodgy decisions. Very, very, very dodgy decisions. And for me, why are they not drawing lines? I understand how trigonometry works. I understand how the angles can change when you see the lines. Oh, actually, yes, it's offside. But why are they not drawing lines? No, I don't think this is a conspiracy against Liverpool. I don't think they're cheating Liverpool on purpose. It's not a Liverpool agenda. But what the hell is going on? I'm a Man United fan. I don't want Liverpool winning. But why are they not showing us the lines? Where is the transparency? That doesn't add up. That, for me, looks onside. It looks onside by about a yard or two. Now, that would have made it 1-1. They went on to score again, Liverpool. They should have been 2-1 up. Liverpool should have been 2-1 up at halftime. That changes the complexity of the game. even if the Jota red card happens, which I also thought was harsh, because the first yellow card isn't a yellow card, but Jota is then very stupid to go to ground afterwards. That is on him. So that's 50-50 for me. The Spurs run out of ideas. They couldn't break this. They couldn't break them down until the last minute. So I do understand Liverpool fans feeling hard done by. I do understand Liverpool fans calling this out. We've seen it already today. We've seen it today in the Man United Palace game. A clear offside goal, identical to that of the Ake goal, where Akanji was offside, where PGMOL came out and apologized. They've done it again a month later. You will get apologies for this. I guarantee you, I bet you a lot of money, PGMOL and Howard Webb will be apologizing to Liverpool in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, I don't expect Spurs fans to not celebrate. They should be jubilant. They should be happy. They should be over the moon. Remember one thing, though, and this is the message to all football fans. When you benefit from these mistakes and you don't call them out, all you guarantee is at some point you will be hurt by them. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. We, the fans, are the problem here, not the referees. Been saying it for about 7 years straight now. But Liverpool, they got really cooked. They got a home cooking today. They had some terrible decisions go against them. Some were correct, some were terrible. And I feel like in a game of the margins, as fine as they were today, that was the difference. I think Liverpool can walk away from this game with their heads held high. I think Liverpool can be proud of the fight, the determination, the togetherness they demonstrated. I wish my club, Man United, had that kind of fight. Genuinely do. Because that mentality you'll go far with it. 110%. However, I want to say this about Spurs. I want to say this about Spurs. This team looks serious. This team has a mentality which I didn't expect at this stage of the season. Now, there are going to be tests, there are going to be trials, there are going to be tribulations later on down the line. And they'll be tested, they'll get injuries, they'll get bad decisions go against them. They'll lose a game in the last minute. It will happen because it happens to most teams every season. Happened to Man City today against Wolves. But I do believe Postecoglou is at the beginning of a journey building a very special team. And I said a few weeks ago, held my hands up and said I got my predictions around Postecoglou wrong. This guy looks amazing. I love his attitude. I love his personality. And I think the way he behaves, the way he carries himself, how Spurs play. His team are a mirror image of him. Now, there's a long way to go. They've got to, for it to mean anything in football, the one thing I disagree with Spurs fans on is we have our Tottenham back. You don't get your Tottenham back until you start doing what Bill Nicholson did. That should be the standard. In terms of stylistically on the eye, amazing. But you don't want to be that guy in the nightclub with the best jeans, the best shoes, the best belt, the best shirt, looking dapper, but who's got no money to buy a lady a drink, can't afford a taxi home, has to walk, and lives in the spare bedroom of his auntie's house and he's 35 years old. You don't want to be style over substance, but that comes later. And what you're going to get, Tottenham fans, is a lot of people say, and they're going to do that, the deadest bit of banter out there, war a trophy. Honestly, anyone who says that to you, block them. They're not worth the time of day. Imagine that's the only thing your brain can say, war a trophy, war a trophy. Those people can only count to 20 when they wear sandals. They use their fingers and their toes. So don't associate yourselves with them. This Spurs team is at the beginning of what could be a very, very special journey indeed. Because they're a very good team. Maddison today, some of those passes, he was cutting through lines. He was cutting through lines like Pablo Escobar, bruv. Hot knife through soft butter. You've been to a family party in the summer. You fancy a little bit of French stick later on in the evening. It's been a warm day. You get the knife and you touch the butter and it's almost liquid. That's what he was doing that's what he was doing today. That guy's class. Son through the middle. Revelation. Basuma. This is the Basuma that I cried over when Spurs got him for £25 million. A special team brewing indeed. A special team brewing indeed. Standards have got to be high. They've got to keep their feet firmly on the ground. But wow, they look great. And I'm big enough, strong enough, and ugly enough to stand there and say that. But I do want to gauge your opinions, ladies and gentlemen. A controversial game in so many ways. I'm going to go to some of your super chats that have come through here. First one says, beat nine by an own goal. Explain how Diaz's goal was offside. It wasn't offside, Omar, 110%. A spare a thought for Matip, so close to defending masterclass. Happy for Ange as an Aussie, but disappointed Red. Tough to take, but will bounce back. That's what Daniel says here. Cry more Liverpool fans. Come on, you Spurs, is what Big Ange Aussie Ball says. I cannot be sad with the team with the refs like this. I'd love to know, Vin, what you agree with and what you disagree with in terms of what the referee did. And for everybody saying, I'm saying Liverpool were robbed per se, I think there were some decisions that went against them. The title of the video is a question. If you do not have the brain capacity to understand a question mark, please go back to school. What a game of football. We still came out on top. Where is the reality check that everyone is telling us we'll get? Do you know what I'm going to listen? You know me, Jerome. I know you're a member of the Terrace. You've been a member of the Terrace. You're a regular caller and super chatter. Celebrate. I'm not going to say this, although it's crazy. The way you celebrated at the end, I'm telling you now, every club will get different types of accusations. You guys will get War a trophy and your bubble will burst eventually. If Arsenal scored that goal today, they'd have been told they over-celebrated. Do you know what I mean? Man United, there'd be no controversy about the goal we conceded today. But if we scored that goal, it'd be headlines everywhere. Every team has something that kind of people use as a stick to beat them over the head. I would wear it as a badge of honor, bruv. We are going to talk about an over-celebrating against 9 men for 1/3 of a game. If it was Arsenal, they would get roasted. Horrible refs. That is true. Buffalo Wild Wings in the VAR room today. Spurs struggle to beat 9-man team, and they are contenders. Come on. Listen, playing 9 men is hard. Trust me, it's hard. As a United fan, I hate Liverpool, but they were robbed today. Never a red card for Jones. Diaz's goal was onside, and Jota's first yellow wasn't. Stinks of match fixing to me. City and Brown envelopes is what Tad believes. Now, that's a big accusation. Viewers, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Jerome here says, let's be real. A pound-for-pound Liverpool team is far more superior than ours. We need a lot more on the bench, so no talk of title challenge for us. I think that's very fair. Equally, listen, you never know how things pan out in games. But up until the red card, 11v11, Liverpool were the better team. But I don't think any Spurs fan's going to care tonight. I don't think any Spurs fan should care tonight. I'm glad I am not a Spurs fan. A bounce of fraud and a match had been fixed. Spurs, to me, are not even a team to me and can't even score against 9 men. That's from Shombe, a Liverpool fan. He's upset. Simon Hopper needs some time away from refereeing. Is that Hooper? Hooper, sorry, my bad. My reading's terrible. He has an inability to control games, is what O'Malley believes. We lost, but we will move in, and I actually feel more confident that we will win the league, is what Mohammed says here today. If you can't use VAR correctly, then get rid of it. I agree. It's been a shambles all day today. Liverpool robbed on that goal. Shameful refereeing is what Pete Kenny says. Being Sport showed the lines. It's clear onside. Do you know what's crazy? If that can be proven with FIFA accredited technology, that it was onside, they need to bring something in more than an apology. Spurs fans won't like hearing this now, but let's say they can use FIFA technology and go, that was onside. Should the game be replayed? Should the points be shared? Should Liverpool be given, I don't know, a consolation point? There's too many of these mistakes happening. And PGMOL saying sorry, and I know Spurs fans won't want to hear that today because they won. But remember, this will hurt you in the future as well. So be mindful of that. You know, the idea of an enemy of my enemy is my friend is crazy. It's the worst saying ever invented. Genuinely is. Because at some point, you might clear the mutual enemy away, then that person's going to turn on you. Remember that. VAR doesn't use lines for Diaz's goal. Jota, a joke, is what Daz says here. Liverpool were compact and brave, but again, I am only celebrating because no one, and I mean no one, gave us a chance today. Everyone said it was a reality check. Yeah, I hear you, Jerome. When I predicted 2-1, I got cooked by Liverpool fans. Showed the first Jota yellow. Player tripped over his feet. Yeah, I agree. The first one wasn't a yellow. Why no international referee in the best league? Bias. This is not a robbery. This is an armed robbery, is what Nida says here. Reminds me last year, a game against Brentford when the VAR referee forgot to draw the lines. Absolutely pathetic refereeing. Liverpool hard done by. A lot of people would agree. A clearly biased ref, yellow for anything. I don't know what I meant. Rowd, you'll never walk alone. Link, please. I'll share the link in a moment, my bro. I'll get that out to you. If Liverpool goal stands, Spurs don't score after, is what Martin believes. Shombe here says, small team mentality. They beat 9 men with an own goal and celebrate like they won the Champions League. Spurs ain't going to do nothing at all this year. 9 men against 13. Terry, what a trophy for Spurs. Well, don't do that dead banter, Dyke. You're a top guy. This is the only way Spurs win. 9 versus 13. EFL have better refs than this shitty blind. Liverpool robbed today and Liverpool played their hearts out, is what Karen says. Cal here, Spurs fan, says the sub showed how early we are into this rebuild. So bad. Had most of the ball, but was utterly horrendous in the final third, 90% of the time. Get in, but. Thank you, Cal. This one hurt, Terry. I don't like the first red, but I can live with it. No answers for the offside except being told it is, though. Then down to 9, hold out and lose the second player and then lose to an own goal. Yeah, I feel the pain there, Theo. I get you, brother. Liverpool were robbed. They got more red cards and scored more goals. Apart from the offside goal, 100% red card, what was wrong? I think the Jota first yellow card. But when you say what was wrong, that would have been a goal. And that can change. Goals change games. Lucky own goal decided the game. The bench is still lacking, and we need to continue the progress. Liverpool and Alisson defended brilliantly with 9 men. Yeah, Alisson, by the way, my man of the match. Some of his saves today were ridiculous. Curtis Jones are red, but unlucky. The rest I don't understand, is what Will says. Jota yellow, Diaz offside. Tottenham was 1-0, by the way. I hear you. The ref robbed Liverpool of a win. Matip robbed of a point, is what 20 says. Karen here says, as a Liverpool fan, Jones was a red card, but all the other decisions are blindly wrong. BN Sport, the Lions was clearly onside. It's a fixed match. If you did this in any other job, you would be sacked. I hear you. Don't let Spurs victory distract you from the fact that Barca were cheating since 2000. Disgrace, Liverpool robbed, heads must turn. VAR lines not being drawn smelt like Arsenal versus Brentford at the Emirates. Let's prepare ourselves for the corny apology next week. Spurs didn't win. Liverpool won it for them, period, is what Stephanie Sanders says. Congrats to Spurs. If Liverpool keep this mentality, they are winning the league. Last season, Liverpool and other rival fans said that Casemiro's red was the same. This is why, though, I've said before, you've got to drop your rivalry when it comes to assessing decisions. Because we, as fans, that laugh at our rivals when they get bad decisions, Ricky Gervais says something about the oversensitivity of the cancel culture, that by you pushing the cancel culture to its nth degree, all you assure is that sometime in the future, you get cancelled for something, because you don't know in 5 years if something you've said today that's acceptable will get you cancelled. So you've got to be careful, right? Us laughing at bad decisions and agreeing with them when they benefit us or make a rival laugh, all we guarantee is that this happens to us later on down the line. We have got to be bigger and braver as fans to stop this. It seems like the refs have been very poor ever since the introduction of VAR and technology. I'm surprised all these Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans managed to type all these texts with so much tears flowing down their hands. Cry more, Chombe, you scrub. Husam said this is worse than Liverpool versus Barca. Sam's joining us in a minute. He's going to be the first call. Then we're bringing the panel out. That's got Jords, Samuel, Rack, Ram, Tom. Man like Josh is backstage as well, looking slick as well. I ain't seen him for a while. And Alan will be on as well. VVD tackle on Gomez was also a pen. Sorry, VVD, VDV. Sounds like an illness, doesn't it? Thank you very much for the super chat. Terry, can you scroll down your Premier League table so that we can see Man United and Chelsea, please? Dead banter, bruv. Dead banter. Fuck you. Where's your trophies? Get your trophies out. I'm not doing a dead banter. If you do dead banter, I'll follow it back with dead banter. Even Tim Sherwood couldn't explain the Jones offside. Well, Jones weren't offside. He was sent off, but I do hear you there, my friend. Sam's joining me now to have his say on this before we bring the panel out. Mate, a lot of controversy flying around this game. Talk to me, mate. Talk to me.
This is the first time there's absolutely zero footballing points to make out of a game of football. There is absolutely nothing to talk about when it comes to any footballing conversation. If you're a Tottenham fan celebrating this, you're a disgrace. I'll be honest with you. There is nothing to celebrate here. You didn't deserve that win. Against 9 men, you needed an own goal to win at home. That's number one. Number two, this is the worst refereeing performance I've seen in my entire life. This is up there with Barcelona 08-09 against Chelsea. In the infamous Didier Drogba, this is a fucking disgrace. This is 100% the same exact thing that happened today. Curtis Jones is never a red, and I'm someone who doesn't usually talk about referees when it's my team. I come up here and I blame Klopp, I blame the players, I blame blah blah blah. This time or FSG. There's no need to blame referees. There's no need to blame players today. This is 100% on the referee. This is 100% on VAR. And this is what happens when you make idiots who do not know a fucking thing about football make decisions behind a monitor. Even when they showed back the Curtis Jones tackle, instead of them showing back the tackle, they showed the exact moment in which Curtis Jones hit the guy on the foot. He slipped. He cannot slide and amputate his left leg as he's sliding so he doesn't slip. Players slip on the football pitch. It's normal. It's a normal thing. And when he slipped, he ended up getting the guy with the tackle. Never a red. Never a red in a million years. Diaz's goal was onside. And what makes this more pathetic is they did not even take the time to even draw a line. They did not even take the time to look at it on a screen. Within 3 seconds, they made a decision. I can't make a decision in 3 seconds what I want to drink or eat. And the guy made a decision within 3 seconds that the guy was offside. That's the most blatant onside I've ever seen. They could have parked a car between Pedro Porro and Luis Diaz. And third of all, if the decisions were to be consistent, then Udogie should have been sent off because he tackled the guy badly and he fell on Gakpo's foot. Van de Ven is tackle on Gomez was a penalty. This was supposed to be one of the games of the season, and we got 100% done by the referees. This has fuck all to do with Tottenham Hotspur. If anything, this proves how shit Tottenham are today. The fact that you need to rely on an own goal to beat 9 men Liverpool shows how pathetic your football club is. I love the fact everyone loves Ange Postecoglou because he says mate and he's such a nice guy and shit. That does not change the fact that this today was nothing short of a robbery, and it shows that Tottenham Hotspur are not going to go anywhere in the long run. And the reason why they're not going to go anywhere is because they could have literally beat 9 men Tottenham. If you're a Spurs fan that's DMing me or trying to celebrate this win, what are you telling me, Husam? You're a disgrace. What are you celebrating exactly? Are you part of are you celebrating the referee's performance? Because it's definitely not your club's performance that you're celebrating against 9 men. Against 9 men, and you needed the last second own goal to win the game. And you're coming at me going like, ha, ha, ha. What are you laughing about? That was 100% on the referees. And it has fuck all to do with Spurs, has fuck all to do with my players. And today's performance is a disgrace. The PGMOL for sure are going to come off post-game and come and apologize and go like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Fuck your apology. Shove your apology where the sun don't shine. That referee should never referee a Premier League game ever again. And you remember when I called out the referees when it wasn't my club, when it was a decision against other clubs, I came out and I called them out on straight facts. And this is why I call these referees out. There's a reason why they don't get English referees at the Euros. There's a reason why they don't like them in the Champions League games, because they're shit. And the people in the VAR who made those decisions, they genuinely need to lose their jobs because they're costing teams millions. What if we lose the league now by 3 points? What if we lose out on top 4 by 3 points? What if these 3 points that we were robbed of today, because we should have been 2-0 up with 11 men, affect us negatively? What if? See, because all these 3 points, they matter. They matter. I'm glad, the Premier League are so happy lotioning up Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham Hotspur. That doesn't mean they have to fuck over any other team that plays against them. So that's my thoughts on the game. This is the first time I've come on the terrace and moaned about referees this much. This is the first time I have 0 footballing points to make because this game was ruined by the referee. And that's the ultimate reality. Curtis Jones shouldn't have been sent off, and the goal that we scored was perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. See, the problem is they showed this to the referee. They didn't show the tackle. They didn't show the entire tackle. Look at his left foot. Clearly slipped. His eyes are even making contact with the ball all the way throughout. Tottenham Hotspur don't deserve this win. Don't deserve this win at all. They don't deserve this win at all.
Do you understand at all why they didn't draw the lines for this? Have you seen any kind of explanations online? Has there been anything that's come out since we've been live that explains for the first time in Premier League history why they haven't drawn, since VAR existed, they didn't draw the lines for Liverpool today?
No, there is no explanation. What are they going to say? Oh my God, we're so sorry. The PGMOL offers an official apology to Liverpool Football Club. Shove your apology down your throat. I don't give a fuck about your apology. I can see all the way from Jordan it's onside. You could park a car between Diaz and Pedro Porro. That's how onside that is. Clear onside. That right there would have been 2-1 to Liverpool with 10 men, not 9. And Curtis should have been sent off to begin with. Absolute disgrace, man. Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Tottenham Hotspur don't deserve this win. They don't deserve this win. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They don't deserve this win. I'm not here to argue with Spurs fans, because if I argue with one of them now, I'll end up cursing out his family or something. So I'm just going to keep calm. I'm going to go relax, because this is bullshit. I'll be honest with you.
I hear
By the
you.
way, I just want to say something before I head out. There were Man United fans in my chat who cannot stand Liverpool Football Club, who are telling me, Husam, you got robbed. That for me, like, you need to understand, Liverpool Man United's hatred trumps everything. When a Man United fan comes to me and tells me you got robbed, that tells me all I need to know. This was a full-on fucking robbery. And Spurs did not deserve a single point from today's game. Never mind all 3.
I need to show you something here that's just been sent through to me. Now, this is very, very interesting indeed. I'm waiting for this to load up on my screen. So it's been run through. I'm sorry, it didn't upload. I'm trying to upload that again now. It might have worked now. 1 second, people. It should come up now for me. 62. It's calculated that it was onside by 62 centimeters. 62 centimeters onside, according to this particular graphic, Liverpool fans. This is, again, like I've said, this needs to be confirmed by FIFA approved or UEFA approved or FA approved technology. But this does need to be, in my opinion, investigated, because we need better decisions. But the problem that we have is, just look at this. This is from today. The left-hand side, Howard Webb coming out and apologizing for not disallowing this goal, for Akanji being in the eyesight. So when you read the article, eyesight of the goalkeeper. Today, this goal was conceded by Man United with 2 players in the goalkeeper's eyesight. The problem is, we are not even seeing referees learn from mistakes. We're not seeing VAR learn from its mistakes it's apologizing for, because weeks later it's doing the same thing. Now, I'm not going in as hard as you. Spurs won the game today, and there'll be another game in a few weeks that Spurs maybe lose because of these decisions. For me, this is deeper than my club versus your club. This is about football fans coming together. And I'd say this to Liverpool fans. If you want to make the decisions better, fight for Man United's offside goal today as well online. You can't just fight your own battles, because what happens every time is this. All your rivals go, fuck you, wee, and it gets ignored by the officials because they can, because no one cares about it. You have to be outraged about every incorrect decision, whether it benefits your club or hurts your club. This is the only way we get it fixed. If we only care when we lose, people put it down to sour grapes, bitterness, saltiness, and they say cry more. And I'm not suggesting you're doing that per se, Husam. I get your anger, because I would be absolutely
But I
fuming.
called it out as well the last time it happened, remember? When it wasn't even my club. This is the thing. When I call out referees, I don't call them out for my own favor. I call out Premier League refereeing in general. How many times have I come up here and I've told you the referees are a disgrace in general? There is a problem with referees in this country. There is in the Premier League, there's a problem. And like Jordanian referees are better. Simple as. I
understand where you're coming from, mate. Look, I know you've got to shoot because you've got your own stuff to crack on with. We're going to bring the panel out soon. Top man Husam, thank you very, very much for coming on, bro. I really do appreciate that. We do. We've got a lot of super chats to jump into. We're going to save the super chats when the panel are out. I'm going to put the super chats to the panel for them to have their say. Viewers, listen, I'll reiterate what I said at the beginning. This ain't on Tottenham. Tottenham should celebrate their win. I disagree with that element of what Husam said, because they won today. They did. I don't believe this is cheating. I don't believe Spurs robbed Liverpool. The officials have made mistakes. Let's be very, very crystal clear about that, because I think it is imperative. However, There's a number of things to discuss. It's a massively controversial game. Panels coming out now. We've got man like Jords. We've got Josh. Who else we got here? We've got Alan. We've got Harry. We've got Orchie. We've got Ram. We've got Tom. We've got Samuel. We've got Rack as well. A massive, massive panel for what I'm sure is going to be an epic show here.
Easy win.
No, Terry.
Terry.
That's a red. I'm sorry, that's a red. That is a red.
I'm not.
That's a red. Husam is the
I'm
score.
not having this. No,
That's a red.
Terry, you gotta let me talk. Put me on the big screen, Terry. Put me on the big screen.
Wait, Terry, why would we let Liverpool fans speak? They lost.
No.
We heard
We have the right because you're trying to.
I'm sorry.
Guys, we'll start with Liverpool and we'll do vice versa. So next will be Spurs, then back. We'll go to and fro like that. So go on, Ram.
Each other. It's weird.
This is one of the most ridiculous refereeing performances I've ever seen since Barcelona against Chelsea. I'm with Husam. I am with Husam. We got robbed. We got robbed by the referees. You, Terry, you know me. I don't talk about referees. But this game took me right over the edge. The Diaz offside, it wasn't 1-0. They didn't score, Terry. We would have been 1-0 up. Imagine how the game would have panned if we were 1-0 up and we took it up to half time. Like, it's an absolute idiotic decision. No lines being shown. And this is why I don't blame VAR. I blame the damn people that are actually doing it. Why are you not drawing those damn lines? If it's 100% sure that it's offside, which was not, then I completely get, look at it. Look at it. It's not even 100% sure that it's offside. It's the damn decision that you have to make and use the damn technology. And then no one uses it. It's just, it don't make sense. The Jota one, the foul that he made the first one, the supposed foul where Udogi can't even stay on his own 2 feet. And he gets a yellow card for that. And you know what? I'm gonna have corn for Jota. I don't know why he did that stupid challenge to get himself sent off. Because you know why? I guarantee you, if it was 10 men, we would have won this game. We would have 100% won this game. Imagine Darwin Núñez coming off the bench and running out, making Van de Ven and Romero. It would have been
Jords, mute your damn. Mute your mic.
Let me talk. Yeah. And all of this, the Van de Ven challenge on Gomez, I don't personally think is a penalty, but for some of the stupid decisions that he made this entire game, where is your consistency? Where is the consistency with this refereeing? It's not even my own thing. I don't like talking about referees, but for this performance and the fact that we played a really good game, every single damn player on this pitch for Liverpool Football Club that had wore red from the Jota sending off can hold their head up high. Every single one of them. I guarantee, I said this before, I don't have any doubts about your mentality. I know you all got the mentality. But after seeing this, I'm like, I want you to go to every single team, use this pain, use this anger, go to every single team and smack them. Yeah? Smack every single team. Because today's game is a disgrace. It's null and void for me, Terry. Null and void.
Let me jump in, Ram.
Which Spurs fan wants to go first?
I want to go in.
Jords, come on, I'm lighter skinned than you. Come on, give me a chance.
Nah, do you know what it is? The reason I want to go is because Husam, I spoke to him pre-game. I've been speaking to him all week. He was in spaces talking. He told me, don't go hiding. I'm in the space. Tapping. Let me up, bro. Messaging him, bro, what's happening? He's hiding and he comes in here and then he's running off again. This is what Liverpool fans do. I'm hearing every excuse under the sun. Red card, offside, this, that. You walked away with 0 points, lads. 0 points. We are the winners. We had 3 points. We played a better game than you. We had a better performance than you. You talk about we didn't deserve to win.
That is such BS.
You won the game. You didn't have a better performance. You won the game. You didn't have a better performance.
You said, that's my time. We had a better performance than you. Look, our second half performance wasn't great. I wasn't happy with a lot that was going on. But we done the job. We kept going until the 96th minute. And whether it's an own goal or not, last week when Arsenal got the own goal against us, we were told, shut up, deal with it. It is part of the game. And now the own goal goes against you. All I'm hearing is tears. You need an own goal to win. We didn't need nothing. All we needed was the real mentality monsters. I heard you're the mentality monsters. This is twice this season. We took it down to the wire. We showed you guys we're going to keep going down to the wire. And we got the points. I'm hearing every excuse under the sun. That Liverpool team, wait, Rack, you said it, you would have won with 10 men. The second half, you come out playing like Alan Kirbishley's West Ham. One route, long ball up to Salah, and then nothing. That was all your second half play was for the first 20 minutes. For the first 25 minutes. You guys you were poor at the start of the second half, so I'm not going to hear any of that. The red card, let's get something straight. Yes, it's a harsh red card, but if that challenge goes any more little bit wrong, that's a leg breaking challenge. It's a red card. It doesn't matter whether it's slowed down or not.
It doesn't matter. Wait, I'm sorry, lads. I don't know if you actually know the rule, but the rule is dangerous foul play. If you have your studs up into a challenge, it's at risk of breaking a leg. So you do not wait for a leg break to give the red card. You give the red card when the player is doing a challenge that exhibits that type of challenge. That's
all right, George. It's a red card. Now
furthermore.
Move on to
Diogo Jota stuff. The Diogo Jota one. Look, he got the first one wrong. The referee got the first one wrong, but it doesn't matter. Jota had the first yellow and still went to go for that bad challenge. Blame your manager. Blame your team. Blame your club. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and let Liverpool fans throw the excuse that referee this, referee that, referee this. Because when you get referee decisions go your way, you're laughing. You're always laughing because it happens to Liverpool every single time. You love your decisions going your way. And just like Terry said, you're not going to mention the Manchester United challenge. You're not going to mention the Malagusto one that happened to Chelsea last week. But you're going to keep talking about the Liverpool one and try to highlight that you guys got done wrong.
Who does that?
You didn't get just done wrong. You got 0 points. And lads, Tottenham are unbeaten so far this season. And come on, you Spurs!
Right. Okay.
No.
I'm going to go. Let me go. Okay, look. First of all, the red card, by the letter of the law, it is a red card. Yeah, he gets him higher. Now, the problem is that the tackle is a low tackle. His foot then rolls along the ball and makes it higher. By the letter of the law is, but whoever said, I don't know who Orchie is, but whoever said it's simple, it's not simple because intention is not the issue, but the issue is that he didn't. It was not a simple tackle, right? That is a very, very unfortunate situation. I can understand why it was given as a red card. I can understand why we feel aggrieved. I don't think anybody is necessarily right or wrong. We should feel aggrieved. You would feel aggrieved in exactly the same situation. And I understand by the letter. Okay. Anyway, so next decision. In general, I believed in the lines and stuff. Those lines, I think, were drawn. For why we haven't seen them, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the beIN Sports one aren't the real lines. So I don't know what's going on there. But if it turns out that they haven't drawn lines or they've drawn incorrect lines, then I will lose all faith in that side of things. So I haven't got a problem at the moment. I don't have a problem with the offside goal. All I know is I'm proud of my team. We played. We showed guts. We showed heart. And Jords, look, I understand. You can celebrate this win, and you should celebrate this win because you got the 3 points. But A, I don't think you're a better team, and B, this leaves. I come out of this game much more confident about the future of this season than I did going into it. I have no doubts now. We will finish above Spurs. I think we will now finish above Arsenal. The only team that I think that has the option of possibility of finishing above us is Man City. Because that's how good a performance it was. That's how good a team I think it was. And this is my proof. I may be wrong. But, yeah, look, I'm very, very proud of my team. And, we live to fight another day. Congratulations, Spurs. You can enjoy it. I'm not saying you can't.
I want to go.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm going to go to Josh here. And I'm going to go to Josh here and I'll come back to you. Everyone's going to get a chance to speak. It'd be cool, lads. Trust.
Right. So I'll just address everything. First of all, I do believe the Jota thing, it was a yellow card, just because if you look at it properly, Udogie's heel collides with Jota's knee, which obviously it's not intentional, but if you stop a man running at that speed, he was full sprint, that's a yellow for me. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like he could create a chance or whatever. Anyway, well, it's at least a foul. It might not be a yellow, but it's a foul because you can't just collide with someone that's running at full speed. Second, the red card definitely was a red card just simply because others have been given that's like that. I'm not saying it should be a red card, but, if you've got, if you look at the Casemiro one last season.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking, what the hell's going on? Right. Goal was definitely onside in my book, 100% onside. I've looked at it, and you know, I know we can't make our own decisions, but I thought at the time it was offside. My whole Spurs chats thought it was onside. I meant to say my whole Spurs chat thought it was onside, and it's onside to me. It looks onside. It definitely should have been. You know, they should have drew the lines and showed it anyway. And the fact they didn't show the lines makes me think it's dodgy. Like, why didn't they show the lines? Do you know what I mean? Liverpool were by far the better team. We were poor, but the amount of times that we have played Liverpool and been the better team, missed sitters, and had dodgy refereeing decisions go against us, I'll take it this time. I'm not saying that today's decisions were right, but do you know how many times in this like 17-game unbeaten streak you lot have had against us that we should have won the game? About 3 or 4 times. And we've had red cards. We've had all sorts of things. This is Sissoko Champions League final handball. Are you dumb? Like, come on. I'm not having it. I will take it this time, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to have some Liverpool fans saying that, like, acting as if, oh, woe is me. Like, do you know what I mean? Only us, we are the ones that get, like, bad decisions. Everyone gets bad decisions. Opening day against Brentford, we should have won the game. It was an own goal and a dodgy pen. Like, it was, you know, it happens. It's happened to every team, especially Big Six teams this season. So what I'm going to... Oh, yeah, and by the way, the last thing I wanted to say is we played poorly. We didn't have an answer for the narrow block that you lot put up. But I'll tell you now that if you were watching the game properly, you would see that Kulusevski was always the one that was receiving the ball on the right. The one time Ange had a word and made Porro switch out to the right, that's when we scored. If we'd done that earlier, I think we would have scored way before, because Kulu can't cross the ball on his right. So, look, there's a lot of things to go over. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be raging. I'd be raging. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you must know that we have deserved to get some points off you in the past, like 10 games. Do you know what I mean? So like, it swings and roundabouts. That's all I'll say. That's all I've got to say.
You don't even need to go as far back as the Sissoko handball. You could go back to the last fixture we played against you when you decapitated Oliver Skip, and it weren't even a yellow card.
How many times?
All right. By your definition, you can, any wrong decision against you, don't complain. Don't complain.
Yeah,
and can I just make a point on that?
Offside is obviously miles onside. That's the one thing that is actually true. The rest, it ain't even like the red card,
I agree with that.
100% warranted. The Jota red card, there's no crying about that. The guy's stupid. How can he be on a yellow card and going for a tackle?
The second one's a yellow card tackle. I agree. The second one's a yellow card tackle. Not a single Liverpool fan here has said the second one is not a yellow card tackle. He's stupid for that. But I'd love to know how on the first one, when Udogie trips over his own fucking ankle, my player's getting booked.
He doesn't watch it.
He barely touched him.
It doesn't matter. It's enough.
Okay, you know what, Josh? I'll concede it's a foul. Worst case scenario, I'll concede it's a foul. But there's absolutely zero intent to foul Udogie. So how can it be a booking?
We're on the counter attack. We're on the counter attack. It has to be.
You're on the counter attack in your own half when we've got our entire defense back. Some counter attack that. Fair play. Look, I'm proud. Look, you've had your moment. I'm proud of my boys today. We were up against. It wasn't 11v11. Every single contentious decision went against us. It was 9 versus 15, 16 at some point. Not a single thing went our way. The first one, the first one's the one I'm most willing to accept. It could be a red card. But then when you sit there and say we've seen red cards this season for Malo Gusto, and every single person agreed it wasn't a red card. So do we just want referees to consistently make incorrect decisions to balance it out over a season? Or do we want them to fuck up once and go, okay, look, we got it wrong. But we're not going to do that again. I don't understand what Curtis Jones is supposed to do after that tackle. Is he supposed to Danny Phantom his leg and turn it, transparent and just go through? Momentum is naturally going to bring that forward.
Being consistent, though, we just don't like
He didn't go into the tackle late, though, because he won the ball. He won the ball.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, that was the one I'm most willing to accept. It could be a red card. If you want to argue that one with me, that's the one where I'll sit there and go, you know what, you've got that one. Based on poor refereeing decisions so far this season, you've got that one. offside is a black and white rule. There is no contentiousness about a black and white rule of if this part is offside, it's offside. If Tottenham fans want to try and sit there and tell me that that is offside, then your best possible case scenario is you've got a groundsman who doesn't know how to cut straight lines on a pitch. You pay someone 20 grand a year to draw dodgy lines on a pitch because no possible way is that onside or offside. Sorry, no possible way. He's behind Romero. He's behind him. That you can try and pull up the lines off, but there is no. I will not have. I will wait until the PGMOL welcome. And you know what? When they come and issue us a letter of apology, I hope we sit there last day of the season with the fucking letter in a frame going, "Way!"
I think the statement's out now
because that's all it's weird.
Guys, I'm going to interject. I want to interject because there has been a statement very, very quickly released by PGMOL, and I'm going to read this out to you here and now. And this is what it states. They have said that PGMOL acknowledges a significant human error occurred during the first half. The goal by Luis Diaz was disallowed for offside by the on-field team and match officials. This was a clear and obvious factual error and should have been resulted in a goal being awarded through VAR intervention. However, VAR failed to intervene. PGMOL will conduct a full review of the circumstances. So it was a goal. They have confirmed that they've now drawn the lines and it's been done. And this is why I said earlier on tonight, and it wasn't about digging Spurs out. It was the fact we always see the lines and we didn't. That's where, for me, again, it sounds like an old man. Someone should have walked onto the pitch and officials said, well, let's fucking stop this game. We haven't done our job properly. How deep it for a minute? The whole world's watching, going, hang on. For the first time in 4 years, we haven't seen lines. Where are the lines? I don't trust them without the lines. Sorry, guys. Mark that. The fact they've released a statement within half an hour, 45 minutes of the game finishing tells you how bad this mistake is, because it's onside with the naked eye by a country mile. The problem now is, and look, we've seen it before, I mentioned it earlier, they initiated an apology for this. This decision has happened today. Where is the accountability? Where are the heads that are rolling? In my opinion, Howard Webb should resign his position tonight. He is in charge. This is the biggest catastrophic mistake. This is different from drawing the wrong line. You thought you got it right. They didn't even do it. They did. Deep that for a minute. They did not even do it. There's too much of this going on, because what it did, it ruined the game. Because listen, the red cards, I see why they were given. I get why they were given, right? But offsides are not a subjective decision. They either are or they are not. And if this Diaz goal goes in, the game takes a completely different route. And this isn't digging out Spurs. This isn't sticking up for Liverpool. I'm a Man United fan. My own club today, we had a bad decision go against us. You've all watched me long enough. Everyone on the panel has watched me long enough. I condemn all decisions, whether they impact my team positively or not. This is disgrace. The referee, everyone on VAR tonight should lose their jobs permanently. Howard Webb must step down tonight. 60, and it's been confirmed as well. Someone sent me a DM. It was 62 centimeters. By the way, that's a long way. 62 centimeters on side. They didn't draw the lines. Liverpool, by the way, it won't happen, but they should. I'm going to say this now because I called Liverpool out for this when they got a draw against Wolves and didn't deserve it. Spurs should offer to replay the game.
Oh, come on.
The thing is, though,
you're a club of honor. You're a club of history. The fact that this is such a bad mistake, Spurs should offer to play the game, or 45 minutes, start a 1-1 again. Do something. You should offer to play the game again out of fair play.
Terry,
you know what the most annoying thing is, though?
The referees have to do
They've made a mistake, but you benefited from their mistake. You're a club of honor. Do it.
Well, it didn't happen in Champions League final when everyone agreed that.
I said they should. I've called Liverpool out for it before. I'm being consistent here. Anyway, I'm being a bit flippant with that, but Alan, go on, mate. You ain't gonna just say it, bro. Go on.
No, look, I was doing a watch along at the same time, and I called it as it happened. I said, because obviously when you do a watch along, you can't hear. And I said, was there a foul in the build up to it? Because did Salah grab hold of him? And that's why it was. Because as soon as I called it, and you can go back and watch it, I said, nah, Liverpool been done dirty here. I said it in live time. So I don't make excuses. That should have been a goal. It wasn't given. It was on VAR. VAR's a joke. We know this. Let's look back at, to be fair, people blaming the ref and all that. Let's be honest. Ref got it wrong in the first instance for that red card. That given a yellow card, the ref got it wrong. That is all day. And I can't remember who it was, but I saw last season, I think it was Liverpool, Man United, or somebody got regarding one of the team, where they've gone in, they've clipped the top of the ball, their legs gone up higher and caught somebody in the calf. You could have said he got the ball, but it was a red card because it was the intent because it was already higher. Doesn't matter that he got the ball. It's a leg breaker. I saw last season or the season before, a West Ham player clear the ball. His momentum brought it down and actually accidentally clipped the Chelsea player, and he got a red card for it. Liverpool fans coming here crying, oh, we've been hard done. Look. The red card was a red card. The ref got it wrong in the first place. The offside is where you guys got, like, for me, and I will be honest, you guys got hard done by. That was a goal all day long, and obviously VAR needs to look into it. Again, people say about the second yellow card. Look, Jota, can you say that was an actual yellow card? No, looks like he clipped his own legs, Destiny. People are on here going, oh, I'm actually speaking sense. Just relax, let your emotions run away with you. I'm talking sense here.
Don't do that. Nobody's interrupting you.
It was. Let me finish. The first yellow card for Jota, again, probably wasn't a yellow card. I completely agree with that. Jota then decides 2 minutes later to go and commit a foul, which is a blatant yellow card, straight after the fact, causing himself to get sent off. You were hard done by at certain points. It's as simple as that. You were hard done by. But this whole thing is that nothing's ever gone wrong. I remember when the rule got changed for handball, Dyer goes to clear a header from behind. Carroll heads it against his hand, but Dyer ain't even looking. We get a penalty against us. We lose points. Spurs, when Mora was fouled. The ball was booted within a second and within a yard away off the back of him there. And it was considered to be handball. We scored a goal from that. It got taken away. We didn't even get a free kick. Spurs have had history of this and all that. And every time Spurs fans come in here and say, oh, we've had this and all that. Oh, cry me a river. That's the buzzword I'm going to like. No. At the end of the day, bad decisions happen. VAR needs to be completely looked at. How on earth have we got VAR and stuff like this is completely going wrong? VAR, literally every single time there's a penalty, rather than actually a referee go to the screen and look at it and go, well, I'm not sure. They always literally have to go to a screen and agree with the off-field decision to say it's a penalty because they change their mind because they've been told to. This VAR was brought in to sort out problems in football, and it's creating more than it has. Now, Liverpool fans are going to come on after me and go, "You're saying this, you're saying that." No. I've said there should have been a goal for Thingy. I called it in real time as it happened. I said you were hard done by. The Jota one was a red card. I don't care. It was a potential leg breaker. So the intent, but it wasn't malice or anything like that. It was just obviously a bad, unfortunate incident. But if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't break a leg, then it's a thing like that. But the same momentum's taken it into him. This whole thing about, because it doesn't break his leg means it's not a red card. Absolutely ridiculous take that is. At the end of the day, you've seen it happen with players before. When it's caught him in the leg and it could be that. It's going to be a red card. The Jota one, the first yellow for me definitely wasn't a yellow. The second yellow, you give a referee a decision to make. Minutes later, that is on the player. Could have literally just calmed himself down, but he carried on. Yes, things went against you. Again, let me go back to the actual footballing point of view now. Spurs, Liverpool, you can go back and say it. Liverpool, when they went out 10 men, they've done it against Newcastle and that. They went 5-5. They caused Spurs all sorts of problems going forward. They were good, solid defensive because we couldn't literally, by the time we got back into going through the pitch, we were that slow. You guys were set and you were very hard to break down. Liverpool showed today, what they showed against Newcastle, that they are a very good team. And people say about mentality and all that, they do have that because they saw 10 men going down as not a challenge. They saw it we're still going to win. So I give Liverpool massive credit for the way they played today. Spurs were not on it, and on another day without a decision going away, you would have won. And this is a thing where we've got to now look at VAR and say, is VAR helping the game? If not, it needs to be taken out of the game because how on earth we have got to this point, 4 or 5 years into it, where literally we're meant to be seeing less and less controversy.
VAR's fine.
VAR taken out of football altogether.
VAR's fine. I don't like this narrative that VAR's at fault. VAR is fine. As they said themselves, human error. The people that we employ, the people that we pay thousands of pounds a year to officiate in the best league in the world have sat there and watched it. And Carragher said something that I don't know how true it is, but I'm just going off what I've read. Apparently, the officials, where they went wrong was they didn't realise Christian Romero was there. They were doing it from Pedro Porro and Luis Diaz. Yeah. They didn't realise that Christian Romero was playing him on side, miles down the line.
This is the problem I have with so much of this is the other night, and again, I remember Man United decisions more than I remember rivals because I'm a Man United fan. You have we all go through this. You all have your own examples where the commentator will go, "Oh, yeah, that's a clean tackle," and you're watching the replay and you're going, "What are you looking at, mate? What are you looking at?" We see this all the time. It's not. I need to go. I'm going to go to more of your opinion. I want to speak to Harry. I want to speak to Orchie. I want to speak to Dan. Got to speak to Sam still. I have 62 super chats to get through, and I love my panel, but my audience are the most important element of the football terrace. So I do need to respect them. George here with a huge donation. Thank you very much, my friend. He says fans should get together and protest against the calamity of refereeing. Today is Liverpool. Next week will be Tottenham. 2 weeks later, it'll be United, and so on. We all do. We all do this bantering each other. Then we should be trying to change this, as it's an absolute shambles. And again, mate, listen, George, I appreciate the super chat. I've been talking about this for 7 or 8 years now. I got threatened outside Old Trafford once because when I still had my season tickets and I was doing YouTube, I called for Man United to give Wayne Rooney a 3-game ban ourselves for diving for a penalty, and Man United fans wanted to kick my head in over saying that. So I've been calling for this stuff for a decade now. Self-police. And even when we benefit from something, call for punishments and call out the controversy. But we won't do it. We won't do it because we're human beings. We're selfish by nature. But I think you're absolutely spot on. This is Terry PGMOL statement out about we've seen that, my friend. Thank you, Mix Mitchell. I appreciate that. PGMOL just confirmed that the Diaz goal was onside, yet that deluded Spurs fans celebrated a win against 9 men. Listen, I get Spurs fans celebrating, but why can't they do this? Just add the goal now. It's a draw. Hang on. And the reason I say that is this. We've seen penalties given after the full-time whistle, right? So why don't they now just go, well, we'll add the goal? Hard to, because obviously the way Spurs would have played the game would be different if they were losing. I understand all of that, but it's crazy. It really is crazy. Do you remember the red card that Son got against for the Andre Gomez tackle? I do, but I don't think VAR existed then. I swear that was before VAR came in.
I think that was the season before.
Yeah, I think the season before VAR came in. But he would have got a red card on the day for that still. They definitely would have given it.
He sent himself off. He told the referee, nah, it's a red. He walked off himself.
Yeah. When you break someone's leg, it changes the complexity of everything. Spurs fan, and I'm not celebrating this win. We should have won. We should have won 3 or 4-2. The scoreline matches the stats on the day, but we got lucky, is what Will Stewart says here. Thank you, Will Stewart. I appreciate your super chat, bro. As a Wolves fan, I remember when there were no cameras for our goal in the FA Cup. So forgive me if I don't care. We got a pint glass for your tears. That's the thing that, Paul, I get you. But remember, that attitude's like an eye for what's the saying? An eye for an eye and the world goes blind. There's an irony in that because VAR's fucking blind at times. That's the problem. I always say this about the media. We see Sterling get treated like shit. So a lot of people go, well, I want Harry Kane to get treated like shit as well. Where my view is, no, I want Sterling to get treated as nicely as Kane. I want everyone to be treated nicely, not everybody to be treated badly. I want the right decisions, not everybody getting robbed. We have to look at this from a positive standpoint and not just, I want everyone else to get screwed over. Otherwise, you'll get screwed over again. It's a contact sport. 2 common fouls for yellow cards for Jota. The offside has ended VAR for me. Honestly, I'm just falling out of love with football at the moment. I hear you. Listen, I can understand people feeling that way.
Contact sport.
This here says, watch us get an apology and Jota red card the Jota red card can't be overturned. 2 yellows they can't overturn. Thank you very much. Honesty. Klopp was told they drew the lines wrong. Wow. Please show beIN Sports. We have already done that, my friend, but thank you very much. 100% red card on Jones. Everything else was a robbery, is what Doug has got to say here. Husam, stop being salty, mate. So we cannot celebrate a win now just because the ref screwed you over. Not Spurs' fault. You need to humble yourself. First of all, you have been running your mouth the whole week. Yeah, I believe Spurs fans should be allowed to celebrate this win, by the way. I get you would. Yes, we are crap. Yes, the referee helped us. Yes, we were lucky, but I don't care. Hold that, Husam. Daniel, do you think you were crap today, according to this Spurs fan? Do you think you were crap?
I don't agree with this opinion. Like, I've just heard a whole stream. I've just come on when we've just won an emphatic game. We're still unbeaten. We're still unbeaten. We're second in the Premier League, and all I've heard is VAR talk. Not one game have I heard credit given to Spurs. It's all been excuses throughout the whole season. When we were in the beginning, it was like, oh, you didn't play a single team. It's only Man United. Then we went to Arsenal and we drew them. Oh, no, but Arsenal got injuries. Now we play Liverpool. Oh, no, the referee was blind. It's always going to be an excuse with Tottenham, and I'm just realizing now that no fan is ever going to give us credit. So it's might as well we just show up and keep playing our football, because we're never get credit. We're going to get credit from any other team. It's at this point, like, everybody's complaining about the VAR decisions, the referee going mad. Sure, the offsides was offsides, but I love how nobody's talking about how we should have had a penalty in the second half for the Adoji foul, where he stuck out his foot and tripped Adoji in the box and didn't even see the ball. Nobody's talking about that one being a red card. I understand how Liverpool fans are hard done by with the offsides. It wasn't offsides. It's factual. But it's not a robbery. One bad decision is not a robbery. Let's say they give that goal, you score. We go on the rest of the game and we try to score even more. If we're losing, we're going to play a different type of football if we're going to be losing than if it was 0-0 and we score and then we get scored on again. It's a different game. It's not just Liverpool scoring. It's 2-2. It's that simple. That's not how football works. That is not how football works. So for me, I just hear a lot of people making excuses on why Tottenham are not good, and we just continue to silence people. And
I want to ask a question on that. I get that. One of the questions I had written down, and I knew we would be talking about the decisions before we got round to this. And I want to throw this to Orchi to begin with, and I want to speak to the rest of the Spurs fans. Like, how good are Tottenham, and are you going to sustain this? Because you're second in the league. As far as I know, yes, you've had a bit of fortune that's favoured you today, but everybody will win. Man United won a game against Wolves with a bad refereeing decision. Everyone's going to get them this year. Are you the real deal?
It's hard to tell, Terry, because, well, first and foremost, we actually play with the 10 men. When Richarlison starts the game, I think first and foremost he's just so ineffective, as he showed again today. Listen, he might be going through a bad time, and I feel sorry for the guy. Fair enough, but then they should maybe just put an arm around him and just kind of let him get over his problems right now. Because to me, when Richarlison starts, he shouldn't even be. I mean, all right, he came on at Sheffield United and he changed. Like he got us the goal. He scored a goal and he created the goal, but that was an exception. That wasn't the rule. So for me, whilst we've only got Richarlison, we're playing with 10 men anyway. In the first half, though, if you think of the Maddison chance that Alisson saved, the Son chance, in the first half, I think we could have been ahead as well. We've had some fantastic chances. Alisson made some incredible saves. Yeah. But fair enough, in the second half, we found it hard to break Liverpool down, because obviously we're right at the start of a rebuild, and we still need to get more players in. As I said to you last week when we drew with Arsenal, I think we definitely, in this window, we should have got another centre-back to cover, after we sold Sanchez, and we should have got another striker, some kind of, goal scorer, because I don't think Richarlison's it. Even though, yes, we might get some players in January, we might get some players next summer, but we needed those. I mean, I wanted another 2 players to help Ange with this rebuild. So looking at what we have, I think, and then Brennan Johnson goes and gets injured last week. All right, apparently it's not too bad. He'll be back maybe next week, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. But still, he's a brand new player. You can't expect him to be, he's a Premier League player. But anyway, that's besides the point. I just want to quickly touch on the red card situation. Fair enough. I do understand Liverpool fans feel hard done by, and I do agree that, that offside goal looked like a goal, and, that should have stood. But in terms of, this whole balancing thing, Spurs, as some people have said, have had some horrendous decisions go against us plenty of times last season, and even not so going too far behind. What about last weekend when Nketiah could have broken Vicario's leg? Everybody said Nketiah should have been sent off. And then and that was really, really early on in the game. We could have gone and won the Arsenal game. We could have been 2 points better off right now. So I do not agree with this people, crying about, at the end of the day. And I think it was Rack who mentioned me by name earlier, and I put in the chat. What I meant that it's simple is the fact that, fair enough, it might have been an accident. His foot might have, but the challenge itself was reckless. And when it's reckless and dangerous, and you know the photo that you showed, he could have broken Bissouma's leg. So it was, to me, it was a dangerous kind of tackle. It looked bad, and so I don't, you know, this is why I feel the red card it's a red card all day long for me.
Roles reversed. Let's just be honest. Roles reversed. If Bissouma does the same tackle and goes over and catches Curtis Jones, Liverpool fans are asking for a red card. It's that simple. If you say you're not, you're lying. You know you are if it happens the other way around. It's as simple as that.
100%.
It's just a red. It's a red.
I don't know, but you know me, Alan. I would have said it was harsh. I would have said it was harsh.
No,
I would have said it
That's
was
a red card, bro. It's a red card.
On his leg.
May I speak my piece?
No. Let me.
I said the Malagusto one was harsh.
Guys, let's let Harry talk for a second, please, guys. He's in the box.
Let's be real. If he would have broken his leg and he would have gone fucked off the pitch, would you have said that was a red? Was it a red card if he broken his leg?
Are you asking?
Are you doing semantics?
I'm asking everyone here. The fans.
If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle, but she don't, so she's my.
Wait, hold on.
No, but it's not. That's not good enough.
Big up, James.
Stop.
This is a dangerous tackle.
I'm saying it's a red card. Move on now.
Yeah, I was talking to my man as well.
Bro, like I said,
it's a red card.
If Bissouma did the same thing, I would have said it's harsh. It's a harsh one, but it's a red card.
Bro.
Malagusto had the same thing done to him. It's consistent. They've been consistent with it. I think it's a stupid rule in my opinion. I think it's one of them rules where the referees don't actually know if they play football, because I guarantee those kind of challenges happen all the time, even on grassroots level.
He shouldn't, because it starts up at the leg. That's it.
It's a red card.
Yeah. For me, I've said it already. I saw it as a red. Even when Casemiro got his last year, it was one of those ones where it's harsh because the thing is with most, even when I remember when Eduardo's leg got broke by, I want to say his name was something Taylor. He didn't try and break his leg. Like players generally, they don't try and break each other's legs. Like they try and win the ball, they just make mistakes, and that's all that happened here. Cameron here says, on a level, Liverpool low block, 10 men probably tougher than playing with 11. Spurs title charge incoming. Ted Lasso setting. Spurs fans leave. What Cameron says here. No. Adogi should have been sent off. He was on a yellow card and gestured to the ref to book. Jota, double standards. Again, I didn't see that, but if it happened, then you've got a point. A cup game was replayed under Wenger during the 99. Yeah, it was, because they should. That was a little different. They should have passed the ball back to Sheffield United. Steve Bruce was manager, and they took the throw themselves and scored from it. And I think it was a couple of players were fairly new and they didn't understand the custom. I think that's what it went down as, if I remember rightly. But yeah, very rarely. I kind of only say it as a little flippantly, because everyone likes to pretend, we all do this, that our clubs are the best and most honourable and we're the most honest and lovely. But in yet cold hard light of day, we're all ruthless bastards and no one's going to replay a game. I fucking certainly wouldn't. All I'm seeing here is all I am seeing is we were pathetic. We could not beat nine-man team, and we played Spursy. Hate is a real word. Is real, my word. We won. We beat Liverpool, own goal or not. All cry about VAR. Don't blame us. We played our game and won. Yeah, look, listen. If it was a reverse, that Liverpool fans might say things were harsh, but they would still be finishing tonight, putting match of the day on and saying, oi, oi. Exactly. We'd all be doing that. We know we would. If the tackle is not reckless and it breaks the opponent's leg, it's a bloody accident. At the end of the day, you can't break someone's leg without it being reckless. Yeah. You can't. Or excessive. Like, I don't remember. Like, there was, Antonio Valencia's leg got broke. That's because the guy fell down and landed on him. If you go towards a player and you hit their leg and break it, it's excessive force. Breaking someone, by definition, it's excessive force. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You can't get away from it.
Does everybody think that Nketiah should have been sent off last week against?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's factual.
Absolutely.
Like, nobody could disagree.
Because of intent.
And he didn't get sent off. And
exactly.
There you go.
It's double standards for these Liverpool fans, bro. Like,
yeah, but
one minute. No. Wait, one set.
So then Oliver Skip should have got sent off last season then.
We can talk about last season.
Listen, I remember that stream very well.
Bro. Listen, step in your TARDIS, go back to last season and then come back. That's cool. But let's just talk about now.
Oliver Skip should have got sent off.
Oliver Skip should have got sent off because they booted him in the head.
Yeah, Oliver Skip should have got sent off because he did the exact same thing.
Bro, listen, step in your TARDIS then. Go back to last season. Go back to last season, bro.
Because I was
about
on this
today,
stream
bro.
with Terry, with Sam, and I've been saying the
I
same
was
thing.
21 years old last season. I'm 22 now. I'm about to be 23, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're chatting worse. Bro, you're chatting worse.
You literally
worse.
You literally just said that Joe should have got sent off.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in.
Are you remembering it backwards, my guy? It was Oliver Skip that got booted in the head.
It's not moving over. Why is this not working? Hang on.
Let's end the red card thing. Let's end the red card thing. Go on.
Look.
Go on, Josh.
At the end of the day, there's tons of decisions you lot have had. Ram, I know you'll be honest with this, innit? Yeah, because we're pretty honest. I said in the chat straight away it was onside for me. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool have been the better team. That's all fine. But I just want to be a bit positive about my team for a second, yeah? No one would have expected 4 points from these two games. Whether it's a deserved 3 points tonight or whatever, yeah? Also, I know my team can perform well. I've seen us in the second half against United. I've seen us against Arsenal go toe-to-toe, and I think that we should have won that game, honestly. If you look at the stats and all that sort of stuff and just look at the chance. I know they had that Jesus chance, but whatever. I think we should have won the game when I analyze it. And I've seen us dispatch everyone else. These are two of our hardest games of the season. We never win against Arsenal, away, and we don't beat Liverpool. It doesn't matter where it is. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, most of our good performances have actually come at Anfield, so I'm looking forward to that one. But
we're gonna get robbed.
With the rest of the season, I'm not really like. Obviously, it's going to be scary to go to the top 6 away and stuff like that. But these are literally our two hardest fixtures of the whole season historically. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got one left at Anfield. And apart from that, I'm quite happy. I'm confident that we can go into a game and give it. And yes, we didn't deserve the points today. But I tell you what, it's usually Spurs that are throwing it away, getting stupid red cards, doing stupid things. Going that, do you know what I mean? We went down to 9 men against Bournemouth a few seasons ago. Like, that's usually a Spurs thing. So it's good to actually see another Big Six club do that instead of us.
Yeah, did you know where I would back Spurs on this is that up until that own goal, everybody was ready to say Spurs bottled it versus 9 men. Everybody was ready to, and now listen, the own goal, they're unfortunate, but you only score own goals, and typically you only concede penalties when you're being put under uncompromising pressure. How many own goals happen when there's no pressure? How many penalties are conceded when a team isn't stretched or panicking? The vast majority are because of that. And listen, Alisson was the reason that Spurs weren't 2-1, 3-1, maybe 4-1 up in this game, if we're being absolutely honest. So listen, Liverpool did themselves proud today with the way they responded to these setbacks. Some decisions were right, some decisions were wrong. And I think that the team it won't feel like a loss to a certain degree. Again, the league gunners will say, no, a loss is a loss and a win is a win. No, sport is, again, someone who's been an athlete, someone who's competed for his country. Some losses don't feel like losses based on circumstance. And unless you played sport at a good level, you may not understand that. And it's quite a difficult thing to explain. So Liverpool will take a lot of heart, a lot of soul, good mentality from this. But I also think Spurs will as well. Because the game, twice now this season, where there's been 2 games, in my opinion, looked beyond you. Sheffield United and today, and you came out as winners. And yes, winning games in the last minute is not sustainable, but it builds a mentality, it builds character, it builds a we know we can win mentality. I watch my team at the moment, and I went into that. My brother was watching Leighton Orient in the other room. He didn't go away to watch them play Fleetwood today, part-time on my brother. In fairness, it's a long drive. And said to him, it's about 65 minutes in, he went, how are United getting on? I said, we're losing. He said, yeah, but you'll win. Nah, we're lost. I can just tell when watching my team if we believe. When I watch Spurs right now, you look like you can win every game you're in. And that's just it's hard to explain why. And it isn't just because the football's pretty. Because some teams play ugly football, but they look like they can always win. Jose's Chelsea never looked pretty, but you always knew they could win a game. And Spurs are developing that. And listen, I'm going to say it.
even
Birds are starting to scare me, bruv. That's what I'm gonna say. Like
Terry, can I just say?
Terry,
Oi,
come
boss,
on.
can I just say
The
something?
video comes. I've been waiting.
go on, Terry.
Wait,
I want to see
wait,
it.
can I say as well?
one second.
no.
Sammy, Sammy
After
Reese,
you-
make it.
Let me
One
get a
second.
word in because
After
I
you,
have
bro.
not had a word in at
Get a
all.
word in, bro. Get a word in.
Alright, cool. Mute your mic. Right. First of all, Spurs fans, celebrate your win. You deserve it. Celebrate your win. Celebrate your win. This Spurs win doesn't bother me at all because of the fact that I know we're going to finish above Tottenham and we're going to win a trophy as well. So it doesn't bother me at all. I know we're a better team than Tottenham. By hook or crook, we're a better team than Tottenham anyways. Liverpool, every one of you players, you can hold your heads up high. You played for the badge. You played for the badge. Every one of you, when we were down to 10 men, when we were down to 9 men, you played well. I cannot get onto Klopp. I cannot get onto the players. Well done, Liverpool. Right. This has to be probably one of the worst refereeing matches I've seen in years. One of the worst. Now, for you Tottenham fans to say that Liverpool fans can't complain, fair. Okay, if you can't complain, I don't want to hear a word from you if it happens from you. I don't want you to come on the football terrace and have a wrong decision that's against you. I don't want you to complain. Just accept it. Just accept it. Just accept it. First of all, I do believe it was a red card. Whether it's harsh or not, it's a red card by Curtis Jones. Second of all, if you don't think that is it's been proven that it was onside anyway. So we got robbed of a goal, which could have made the game a lot different to what it was, what was played. The second thing, I agree. What's his name? Jota was absolutely stupid in making that second challenge where he got the second yellow card. But the first one was not a yellow card. It was not a yellow card. Actually, if you look at the replay, Udogie actually fell because he was tripping over his feet rather than the minimal contact that Jota had behind Udogie. He fell over by tripping over his feet. Even the commentator said it. But anyways, out of all of this, I was more heartbroken that we did all this work and we didn't come out with anything. I believe we deserve to come out with something. But anyways, what this team has shown me is that this season, Liverpool are going to do great things. We are going to challenge for this league. Whether you like it or not, we're going to challenge for this league. We are also going to guaranteed, and clip me on this, we're going to win a trophy this season. Guaranteed we're going to win a trophy this season. I am confident about this Liverpool team. This Liverpool team has showed a lot of heart. We're going to do great things this season.
Well, I was going to say that very quickly. I want to say I've blacked Tottenham a lot today, but don't banter people about trophies. Don't go that far. Like, there's a lot of gas for you guys today, but don't go that far. That would be
Terry. Can I just say as well?
It's like Bernard Matthews trying to pretend he's a vegan. Let's relax a little bit there.
Can I just say something, please?
Go on, Harry.
Right. First of all, why are we forgetting? Everyone's so focused on all these fouls and that, but let's just focus on the actual facts of what's happened and the 90 minutes has finished. We won today. Why are we forgetting? We won. No matter what happened in the game, look at last weekend. We were so focused on the fouls and we should have got it shouldn't have been a penalty, it should have been a regular. Let's focus on the facts. We won today.
Wait, you just said focus on the game and you don't
Bro, listen, no.
You don't care what happens.
Wait, no.
You don't care what happens. That don't make no sense.
You're focused on plus 90 minutes where you're seeing what could have happened or what happened after the 90 minutes. Let's focus on the game, bro. We beat you.
Brother, you know what you're doing? You're trying to make
points. We beat you. We beat you, though.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
We won today. We won the game.
Yes, you won the game, but this was highway robbery.
Okay, but we won. We won highway robbery, baby. That's 3 points for us. We won the
game. You guys can celebrate because you guys won, but the PGMOL referees has just come out with a clear statement saying that Luis. Yeah, there you
Luis
go.
Diaz. Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz's goal shouldn't have been disallowed. It should have been allowed. They messed up, and they've made this mistake prior. So that shows you that the referees cost Liverpool the game in 2 occasions. One, Jota's first yellow card was quite harsh. The second one you can say is whatever. That situation there. 2, even though they're down to 9 men, Let's be honest. Before they were down to 9 men, they were defending well. They almost scored that goal. If they score that goal, it's a different game. Now, we don't know if you guys go on to win. You guys take the 3 points, run away. But at this moment in time, there's nobody here can tell me why that I can't sit here and tell you that this is a highway robbery and you guys fully did not deserve to win that game.
We don't need this one. Like, as in,
wrong. It's a highway robbery.
Where's our
Egal, your team's had
It's alright, Egal. They can't complain. They can't complain about referees ever again. They can't complain about
Just call it as it is.
As
I said earlier, where's our apology for last week when Nketiah should have been sent off?
Exactly. Exactly. Where is that? You're not going to talk about that, are you? You're not going to talk about that.
Stop. This is where I got you. Don't be silly. There's no apology from the PGMOL for that because it's a subjective decision and the referee made that call. This
But
is
you know it's a red card though, yeah?
This is a referee making, one second. This is a referee making a clear-cut error to the point where the PGMOL can't even defend him. They have to come out.
He's talking about disallowed goal. He's talking about disallowed goal.
So you guys are butthurt and salty that people are sitting here saying Tottenham did this, Tottenham. Yes, you won. Yes, you won. But how long before you guys these things catch up to you guys? Because these performances,
we outplayed you last week.
These performances might be good. These performances might be good. You might have had a good you might have had a referee in your pocket today. But guess what? You guys are still a weak team. You guys are performing well over the first couple of weeks. Liverpool have a deeper squad than you. Arsenal have a deeper squad than you. Man City have a deeper squad than you. There's teams that are still better than you guys in this league. You have performed well for your
friends. And you know what, Egal? That's fine. Our manager's been here 3 months. How long did it take? How long did it take to get you competitive? How long did it take to get you competitive?
Let's let Alan go and we'll go back to you, Egal.
See, rival fans and people in the chat, when they use sentences like Egal just used, we had a referee in our pocket as if we paid him, fans going, Spurs robbed us. We didn't rob anything. It was the people that were in control of the game robbed it, that obviously caused Liverpool stuff like that. Let's look back at the thing. Egal went, oh, it's subjective and all that. But obviously, they then draw the line. So for not reviewing the VAR thing, which was everyone's saying clear red and Nketiah on Vicario, which they've said all week, not going back and reviewing VAR, like they never reviewed the lines properly. So again, human error outside.
It's not comparable.
No. Egal, you spoke for a while, my friend, but you came and you actually dropped the sentence. You can go back and review the tape. You said Spurs having a referee in their pocket, basically saying that we robbed and we bribed and everything like that. That is actually so disingenuous, and that is quite pathetic, if you ask me. That is ridiculous to come and say that Spurs had a referee in their pocket and paid. Absolutely not. Again, I have said in real time, and people in the chat earlier on when I was talking said, oh, waffling. Liverpool fans, I need to understand what I was saying. I said that the goal was offside, like the Luis Diaz should have counted. It was onside, and what Liverpool fans go, this guy's waffling. So okay, it won offside, and Spurs, you shouldn't have had the goal. Listen to what people say rather than just making up your own mind. Tottenham, literally, things went in Spurs' favour state, but we've had so many times where it's gone against us. And I say this all the time, and Terry can back me on this. I don't go to refereeing decisions when it goes against my team because you get ones go for you, you get ones go against you. And this time it went for us. In a couple of weeks, there will be decisions to go against us. There always is. It's one of them things that happen. But I won't come in here and go, this happened, that happened, that's why Spurs, thing like that. No. On another day, decisions and all that, Spurs could have thrown out away because we were awful today and Liverpool outplayed us for the majority. Somebody in the comments saying Spurs outplayed, it was 50-50 until, no, Liverpool were by far the better team before the red card. But it was a proper red card, their mistake that led to us getting back in the game. So it was Liverpool's fault. And then after that, chaos ensued. The massive decision that was got wrong was the offside goal because it should have been onside. The amount of times we've seen people get 2 yellow cards, one that probably shouldn't have been a yellow card, but then they get a yellow card that leads to them getting sent off. We see it week in, week out in the Premier League. People going, oh, but it's never happened before. It has happened. Stop crying, get over it. Offside thing was the thing.
I think this is why we never get to fans sort of supporting each other in us making decisions better. Because Spurs didn't rob anyone today. Exactly. The referees made mistakes. They're saying Nketiah's tackle was a red card. I don't believe Arsenal paid the referee so that he didn't get sent off. Arsenal didn't cheat, but that's what we do as fans. We go, you cheated us. So what do people do? They defend themselves. And what we do this consistently. is we don't focus on the problem here, which is that the referees are getting worse. VAR's making terrible decisions. Second time in a year that they've either not drawn the lines or drawn the lines incorrectly, which just cost this time round potentially Liverpool 3 points.
3 points.
It cost Arsenal an additional 2 points against Brentford last year. And who knows, that win, those extra 2 points, could have made them more relaxed in those games against Liverpool and those games against West Ham. The problem is you never quite know, right? You don't know. And you can't, and that's the problem. You can't go back and replay these things. So fans have got to come together. Almost, yes, you're my enemy on the pitch. We have to come together to make sure these things don't go wrong. Guys, I've got to do some more of these super chats here because I've got so many. And the show is on, but it says here, I love when it's others, it's fine, but when it's Liverpool, it's a robbery. Gusto was sent off for winning the ball and slipped. By the way, Dan, I thought that was red as well. So I'm being very consistent. A lot of people, you won't get consistency from everybody, but I thought they're all reds. I can get why they're harsh, but at the same time, that they are reds for me, same as Casemiro's. Not when he grabbed the man around the neck. That was a cuddle. That weren't a red. Just a reminder that Jota kicked Skip in the face last season and Jota scored the winner last season. Cry harder. This is also true. Very true.
So Skip should have been.
And how often have you seen that happening? How often we see that happen a lot, by the way, in football. I believe it more than ever, Terry. Match fixing is real and present in the Premier League. A few times is incompetence. Anymore is fixing. Yeah,
match fixing, bro. Are you serious?
Hang on a minute, Dan. And it may not be Spurs paying to have the matches fixed, but who knows? Referees having bets themselves or money riding on it. Like I'm not talking. No, but you're shaking your head. You're telling me that it isn't plausible that a person sitting in VAR hasn't got a lot of money riding on Spurs winning the game today. That's not. Hang on, wait. Let me finish talking, Dan. That isn't you guys cheating. That's not how it works. At the end of the day, if I'm a referee and I can win 50 grand if Spurs win today, so I cheat as the referee to help you win. That isn't Spurs cheating. The referee could. These things need to be investigated because they go on in all sports. For us to pretend that it doesn't exist in football is crazy.
Why didn't we get a penalty then in the second half?
For what?
For the trip that they did to Adoji in the box that was clear. Nobody's talking about it, but there was
again, I'm not stating that today was 100% match fixing, but the amount of mistakes that are made that are incompetent, it needs investigating so we know. That's my point, my friend. Right. This is the definition of a sore loser. This guy is such a disgrace, calling us pathetic. Your team lost, accept it. That was towards Husam. This is corruption at its finest. Looks like the game is supposed to end in a Spurs win. They couldn't do it with 9, so Liverpool did it for them. Wake up, people, is what Baz says. James says, not the first time the lines haven't been drawn. Brentford goal versus Arsenal should have been off 2 last season. Ref got sacked and reinstated months later. I didn't know that. That's crazy that he came back. If you put a ruler on the TV screen parallel to the lines, it's onside. Again, you can't quite do that. Sometimes the lines don't look straight, but that's because trigonometry doesn't work how your eyes see things. Why do people get mad at the ref? He realizes that Liverpool is too strong, even with 10 men. So he disallowed Diaz's goal and sent one off. He did what he is meant to do, no? Yeah, I don't think the ref made any mistakes today. It was VAR. The ref got his on-field decisions. Again, the problem is with the yellow cards is they can't overturn them, and it's in real time. And in real time, they look like fouls. That's the problem. The only thing Liverpool should feel hard done by is the offside. That's it. Everything else is accurate. Second card was deserved. In Holland, when the ref had a bad game, they get sent to the second division and have to go back and take lessons. Yeah, that's what we should bring in here. We protect our refs. Red card was clear as daylight. Gusto was sent off last week for far less. Intent to hurt has nothing to do with it. That's true. Intent's never been in the rules for these types of challenges. These Spurs fans are ironically the kind of fans Terry spoke about before putting the panel out. That's why officiating won't improve. I think it's come from all directions on parts of this show, if I'm being honest. The worst football fans I've seen in my life, especially Blue Bandana, I don't even know his name. You barely won with an own goal versus 9 men. I think that was at Jords.
Yeah.
Football will be no contact in 10 to 15 years. I remember when red cards were given for actual red card challenges. Game's gone soft. Game's gone. Tevin here said, this isn't the first time either. It happened to Arsenal last year. This is utter nonsense. I hear you on that, bro. People overhyping Maddison. Why he came up against 9 men. He couldn't keep the game ticking like Odegaard. Not a real 10. Good player, though.
Can I
He's
just say
injured.
that he wasn't
injured?
He wasn't 100%. Both him and Sonny had late fitness tests, so obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about.
This here says, Egal, you are a disgrace, my friend, to even come on here and say we had the referee in our pocket. If you are here to troll, don't say anything. Stevie Wonder could see Diaz was onside, yeah, with Ray Charles next to him. Simple fact, Spurs never played better than Liverpool, not on the same, give it a wrestling, you mean same level. Don't give any chest for that performance. See, I don't, listen, Liverpool were really good up. Look, it's a game you can't judge in that way. Once a red card happens, it's a different game of football. So both teams will walk away from this with an element of pride. It's 11v11. It would be a different, it's so hard. You can't judge it like a normal game. Yes, we won, but we know what it takes for you to beat Liverpool. 9 versus 11 and a robbed goal. Congratulations. Is
9
what him.
versus 10. With
9 versus 10.
9 versus 10, in my opinion.
With Charleston. Why is Harry Potter kid so smug? His name's Harry as well. It's actually quite funny. Liverpool were the better team, even with 10 men. Liverpool will bounce back and should feel stronger after the game. Everybody can see Liverpool is back. I think that's a fair point, especially about Liverpool being back. I blame Arteta and Jorginho for making you chickens. Run your mouth online. Spurs are not going anywhere. Come on, you gooners. Liverpool are a strong mentality. Jerome here again says, what is this guy talking about? It happened to every team and especially us. It really shows how many times did Liverpool get bad decisions against them. Very rarely. Do you remember when Aaron Cresswell's foot slipped on the ball when he scissor tackled Hendo? Ref came out after the game and said, do you remember when a West Ham player got sent off for clearing a ball? They shot a ball and a follow through. That was funny. I think it does more damage to Spurs' credibility as a top team. They couldn't beat 10 men, then 9. They did beat 9 though.
What's this? This upsets me because, well, it doesn't upset me. What I'm trying to say is that on the balance of the game, fair enough, but people are talking like if Spurs didn't actually have a good game. There were points in this game where Alisson made some incredible saves, and you said it yourself. Like we could have been 2-1 up, 3-1 up easily if not for Alisson's save. So Tottenham had, but there were parts when obviously Liverpool had a good game. In all fairness, if it ended 2-2. We couldn't have argued against it because there are points where Liverpool did look good as well. Liverpool are a good team. I personally think they are.
But that's game's fine margins. You know, Arsenal fans celebrated a 3-1 win over Man United a few weeks ago. They weren't 3-1 better than us on the day, but these things happen. But Sam, as angry as I was with the Brentford last season, feel your pain, bro. What I will say is this as well, football fans here. We have to forgive each other. That, especially when I brought the panel out, the way everyone went at each other, the swearing. It's heat of the moment. And I will say this, barring young Daniel that has permission from his parents to be here and don't mean it rudely, everybody on here is an adult. And the only person that I would genuinely, again, if things got very nasty, I'd step in. But if one man calls another man a name, I expect the other man to defend himself. The only person that I would generally stand in front of and say, leave him alone, is young Daniel, because he is a child. Everybody else is a grown man. And unless someone's saying something that's bigoted, I'm going to let them as a grown man, like they can handle themselves. Like someone said to me yesterday, you should have defended Husam when Big Steve was having a go at him. Husam can defend himself. He doesn't need me holding his hand. He's a grown-ass man. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't mean that rudely, by the way, Daniel. But when you turn 18, I'm going to throw you to the wolves, bruv. I'm just saying, until then, I look after you, young man. Once upon a time, Wenger offered to replay a game because of an error, but those days are long gone. Yeah, they're finished. Those days I reckon the manager would get sacked if he did that now. So let's go back. Then why didn't Pickford get a red card after he injured VVD? Again, that was a mistake. He should have been sent off for that tackle. But the irony is, if he'd have broken his leg, he'd got sent off. Because it was, again, it's a broken leg changes everything because it's so and some broken legs aren't even as bad as ligament damage, but they look horrendous. So yeah, this season feels like it's the players' fault no matter what. And they get penalized to raise questions. What happened to accountability? Refs are God now. There's never been accountability for refs. He didn't break his leg. It's because it wasn't a bad tackle. Why are we acting like the tackle isn't related to whether the player breaks his leg? Yeah, we hear you on that, Charlie. Pickford broke VVD's leg. He didn't break his leg. He broke his ligaments, but thank you. Spurs are looking good. Just call a spade a spade. Everyone uses that saying anymore. When I was younger, that saying was like outlawed. Yeah, I don't know why it's come back. Everyone uses it now. Like, when I use it, I have to be very careful who I'm talking about, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? You can say it about me, but yeah, it's a weird one to call a spade a spade. I don't like using it. It's a can of worms. Come on, you gooners, is what Bjorg says. Thank you. Look, I want to thank everyone who's been on tonight. It's been a long show. I got a cold. I'm exhausted. I want to go to bed. My team's crap. 100,000 views whilst being live. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in. Please hit the like button before you leave. My panel, you're amazing. My super chat is genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I love you to pieces. My subscribers, you're amazing. Please, though, people, turn on the bell notifications if you have not done so already. Christopher here, another super chat. You guys are crazies. I love you all. He says, I love how everyone is causing all this uproar for Liverpool, but when stuff like this happens, goes the other way around, nobody does anything. Jota skip. I hear you, bro. Not me on the terrace, but I hear. Listen, I felt this way earlier about our offside goal. No one cared. No one gave a damn. I was told I was blind. Daniel, brush your teeth and go to bed.
Here we go. Here we go.
In fairness, it's like the afternoon where he is. It's probably, was it about like 4 in the afternoon?
It's like
5 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
4. There we go. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. I'm going to go and have a little vodka. See you in a bit.